Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the special broadcast. It's a very, very important day. It is the day on which the world's biggest electoral exercise has begun. 97 crore voters in all will cast their votes in this election, which is spread across 7 phases. Today was the day of 102 seats in 21 states and union territories.
Well, throughout the evening, and Maria and I have just started, working on these bulletins now, our focus on what's at stake today with big newsmakers, top analysts. There are lots of big interviews, in fact, coming up at 1:30. But first up, a sharp focus on the south of the country.
And we are going straight to Tamilisai Soundarajan, who is contesting from South Chennai. Good to see you, ma'am. What's your assessment of your constituency? How does it look? I'm sure you would have taken feedback from each and every polling stations.
Yeah, from morning I have been traveling to all the polling booths. There is really people were greeting us with affection and happiness, and definitely we will win this seat. And there is really a transformation of mindset from the Dravidian mindset to the national mindset, and people are receiving us with pleasure and happiness because our Honorable Prime Minister's visit. We have gained strength, and because of our Honorable Prime Minister's good schemes that has reached each and every house. So now people are realizing it. And now because of the corrupt practice of both Dravidian parties, people want a change. That change is visible in the faces of the people. So definitely we will be winning the seats, and definitely there will be a change in the political scenario of Tamil Nadu. During 1967, there was a great transformation of power from the National Party to the Dravidian parties. But now there will be transformation of power from the Dravidian parties to the National Party, that is BJP.
Okay, Tamilisai, you had contested 2019 elections as well, and you did face a loss in those elections. That time it was a slogan or a boycott Modi or boycott Go Back Modi campaign which ran as well. From 2019 to 2024, what has changed on ground?
Yeah, that opposition is not that. That was motivated by the political parties. People were with Modi ji, but voluntarily they were spreading the news as anti-Modi ji slogans and black balloons like that. But now people have realized it. Politically they are doing that, and our Honorable Prime Minister is more affectionate to the people of Tamil Nadu. And even now, in the manifesto, they have told that they will be supporting the growth of Tamil language, and Thiruvalluvar centers will be inaugurated globally. So these all things now the Tamil Nadu people are responding, and our Honorable Prime Minister talks in Tamil and uses the quotes of Thirukural whenever it is possible, and he really lauds the language, and the people are now realizing his affection, love and affection towards the regionalism Tamil Nadu. And apart from that, his development schemes, non-corrupt practice, and his repeated visits to Tamil Nadu has gained importance, and it has changed the political scenario in Tamil Nadu. So that opposition which was created by the opposition parties, because now the people have realized it. So now the people are not opposing our Honorable Prime Minister, and they are they are welcoming him.
Sure.
Whenever he comes. He draws a huge crowd, and voluntarily people are attending his programs.
Right.
And this is a great difference of mindset which has occurred in Tamil Nadu.
Ma'am, we were speaking to A. Raja of the DMK just a few minutes back, and he said that most BJP contestants in Tamil Nadu will end up losing their deposit for the simple reason that the linguistic issue, the issue of Tamil pride is so strong that there is an insider-outsider issue which you cannot overcome. And that's a problem the BJP would continue to face. How would you respond?
No, first of all, I ask Raja and Stalin, because Stalin was telling, on his advice only Congress, the Indi Alliance manifesto was created. But one question I want to ask, our Honorable Prime Minister and BJP has given opportunity for the growth of Tamil language, and they are going to inaugurate Thiruvalluvar centers globally. And why can't they advise the Congress for such activities,
Yes.
such pro-Tamil activities. And during the Congress regime, the lakhs and Tamil brothers and sisters were killed in Sri Lanka. They are telling that they are the custodians for Tamil growth. I am asking. And apart from that, nobody is talking in Tamil. When you visualize their activities in the parliament, how many of them are talking in Tamil? And how many of their children are learning Tamil language?
Okay.
So highly politicizing, and actually than them.
Okay.
Our honorable Prime Minister's love and affection towards Tamil is recognized by the people of Tamil Nadu.
You know, the
so they
battle
cannot
for Tamil
ride
Nadu
on
is
the
almost
false
being
propaganda
seen,
of linguistic.
ma'am, as a litmus test for the BJP in these elections. My last question to you. Although your political opponents say that most of the BJP candidates will lose deposit and it's a bipolar contest, the BJP is not really in the fray. It's not a triangular battle. What, according to you, is happening in Tamil Nadu? How many seats are you giving to your own party, BJP?
No, we have emerged as a strong force, anti-Dravidian force. So they cannot say it is the fight between both DMK and ADMK. DMK and ADMK may be fighting for the second place. Most of the places we will emerge as a first place victorious, and we will come with flying colors.
Right.
And definitely people have accepted our BJP party, and now there is a different change of mindset among the people.
Sure.
And it is the dream of Raja that we will lose the deposit. But definitely we will win so many number of seats.
All
I
right.
cannot exactly tell the number, but number of seats we will win.
All right. So you
And
are
definitely,
optimistic, ma'am, of a rise
this
in the
election
number
is
of your
going
seats?
to teach a lesson to the Dravidian parties.
All right. Well, ma'am, strong words there. Good luck. It's going to be a tight election for you. The BJP looking to improve its position and do quite well in Tamil Nadu. Let's go straight across to NDTV's Veera Raghav and Sam Daniel. Let me come to you first, Sam. In terms of voter turnout in Tamil Nadu today, are you getting trends? What exactly have we seen?
It's at the moment around 60%, but we are still awaiting for the final numbers, Vishnu. But Chennai has emerged to be with the lowest turnout, ranging between 57 and 59%. Call it apathy, call it the first-time voters not showing up. That's the situation in this metropolitan city. And
That's an interesting point. That is
has,
interesting.
Showed 67 point.
Yeah, but hold on, Sam. Veera Raghav, just on the point of Chennai, 60% is low, I would suggest, for Chennai. Typically, hasn't Chennai had a higher voter turnout?
58% last time in 2019. Look, voter apathy is an urban phenomenon wherever you go. 72% was the voter turnout last time at the end of the elections in 2019. But Vishnu, these numbers keep getting updated.
Right.
These numbers keep getting updated till very late in the night because it needs to get reported. So one can't make an assumption right now, but voter apathy is an issue that needs to be addressed, which we've been trying to address since this morning.
But Veera, I want to understand from you, what are you getting reports? What kind of reports are you getting from these constituencies where the BJP has been pushing really hard? Coimbatore, for example, and other constituencies where they have fielded, their big faces.
Let's look at those constituencies,
Yes.
Maria, which is of interest to you. Coimbatore, Kanyakumari, Tirunelveli, Dharmapuri. These are constituencies that you're talking about. Look, and of course Ramnad, where you have O Paneerselvam, or let's say Atheni, where you have TTV Dinakaran, who's part of the alliance, contesting from. So let's, the fact is, while both DMK and the AIDMK are firm on the ground about one aspect, they say the battle is between the two of them. They're categorical about that wherever you go. But what's happened is none of them deny the fact that there is a surge in the vote share for the BJP. Now, we don't know how significant, how powerful that would be, whether it can be seat winning. But just that there has been a surge in the vote share, and there has been an impact of the Annamalai campaign across the state as well, like that local character to the BJP's national campaign. How significant we'll know on the 4th of June, but a fascinating contest here, Maria. There are going to be constituencies, one would say, would have a genuine three-way fights, and there are going to be constituencies where
Sure.
the BJP may not really have a great vote share in that bit. The key question here, Maria, is whether the core AIADMK vote, remember the two-leaf symbol has a very strong resonance, whether that core AIADMK vote is getting splintered and split across, and how much of it is going towards the BJP. I think that's the real test.
So
at the end of the day.
will one of those leaves actually become part of the lotus leaves? That remains to be seen. For 4th of June is when we'll get that answer. And yes. Go ahead, Veera. I can see you smiling.
There was an observer who had written it. There was an observer who wrote in 2019 that the lotus will bloom only when the two-leaf stem is strong.
Right. That's right.
But this time the lotus is separate, the two leaves is separate. One has to wait and see how that plays out. But for the moment, on the ground, yes, it's difficult to change old narratives. We'll have to wait and see what happens on the 4th of June.
All right, Veera and Sam, thank you so much. And let me get Khushbu now. Khushbu, good to see you. Campaigning extensively over the last few days for your party. And what are the reports coming in today? How has Tamil Nadu voted?
Tamil Nadu has voted, as you all have been talking about it. It has been not very good. We were expecting little higher percentage of votes, but unfortunately, especially in city, it has been only somewhere around 56 to 57%. We were expecting a little more. So that, I would say, as a voter, as a citizen, I would say that's quite disappointing, because we want people to come out and vote, and that is absolutely important in today's times. Who they vote for is secondary, but they need to come out and vote. And when that doesn't happen, then we really need to think that how you can bring the voters to the booths and ask them to vote.
But is that a problem, Khushbu? Because when it's not necessarily statistically true all the time, but there is a sense that when people don't show up to vote in many states, it's because they're sort of okay with the existing disposition and dispensation, I should say, and they don't really want a change. Is that therefore a concern for you, in Tamil Nadu?
Not at all, because we are not looking for a change here. This is not about the assembly elections. We are talking about the parliamentary elections. And the parliamentary winner is going to be in Delhi. And definitely we know that Ab Ki Baar 400 Par is what BJP is going to be. Phir ek baar Modi Sarkar. There are no changes about it, two ways about it. But Tamil Nadu, we really need to think it's not about who they are voting for. But every time we see that we do not go beyond 67 to 68% in voting. And that is where we need to understand that how we are going to ask the people to come out and vote. When you look at North, South and Central, we have not crossed 57.6% anywhere, 58% maximum in all the three places in Chennai, in the city. So the urban areas is where people need to come out. When you look at Dharmapuri, you look at Namakkal, you look at Krishnagiri, at least you see where people have gone and voted. Dharmapuri is 73.5% till 5 p.m. and Namakkal is, Krishnagiri is somewhere around 64%, Namakkal again is 65%. So that has gone beyond. It's just that city, when you see that the urban areas, when people do not come out to vote, that's when you still start wondering and thinking that why is that people say that they take voting so easily. They say it's okay if I don't vote. And you need to put that into their minds that the educated clan needs to come out and vote.
All right, Khushbu, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And is your vote also in Tamil Nadu? Will you be showing us a finger? Did you cast your vote?
Oh,
yes.
There we are. Right.
I did with my entire family. My daughter, my younger one, voted for the first time. She was finally eligible to vote, and she did cast a vote. I don't know who she has casted a vote for, but I just hope she's done it to the right candidate, because that's their right, their choice. Who they vote for is absolutely very personal to them. And we as parents, we never force our children that this is somebody you need to vote for. It's a choice they have to make. The young minds have to make up their minds as to who they want to vote for. But I just hope that she has voted for the right candidate. And we as a family, we are proud citizens. We have exercised our fundamental rights and duty.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Khushbu, for speaking to us. Aarti, any preliminary thoughts on voter turnout? Are we reading too much into it?
And it's always a mixed bag.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're talking about the national voter turnout, I think it's really too early to say anything because this is only the first phase. We have 6 phases to go, and let's see what happens.
No, but obviously in this phase.
But
and in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, but I think in Tamil Nadu, we can
62%
talk about Tamil Nadu because Tamil Nadu, the voting is over.
Yeah.
But, as, I think Veera said that these figures will change,
Yes.
As
They will
the
be
night
updated,
wears
yes.
on.
Around
And
8:39
usually
we
we
get
find that
the
there's anything from a 2 to 4% increase. Which would leave Tamil Nadu at where
Same ballpark.
that it's been
And what
in the
makes
last
Rashid
elections.
smile
and,
in the evening?
Rashid?
No, I think voting percentage, it's desirable that it should be 80%, 90%. But I don't think it makes a very material difference. A lot, Maria, your guests were talking a lot about Mr. Modi factor and the way BJP is coming up as an alternative to both DMK and AIDMK. The one point we must remember in Tamil Nadu is one state where Rahul Gandhi's popular ratings are higher than that of Narendra Modi. It's only 3 states actually, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Punjab. So we must keep that factor in mind that the DMK Congress alliance is sitting over 50% of votes. It becomes very difficult for a new party, for a national party to come up. It's not when the Congress had its sort of golden days. Twice it tried very hard I remember in 1989, 1996 to fight on its own strength, and both time it really boomeranged.
We have Tuhin Sinha joining us, Sandeep Shastri, Aarti and Rashid here in the studio, Adil Singh Boparai of the Congress Party, and Puaz Gandhi, national spokesperson of the DMK, is also joining us. Mr. Gandhi, what is the report that is coming in? Will it be a repeat of 2019?
It will be more than that because this time even Pondicherry will come to us. The arithmetic very simple. Today the voter turnout is lesser. And this indicates that the Prime Minister's popularity is not there in Tamil Nadu because BJP's campaign is very simple. The Honorable Prime Minister has got much popularity and people are fed up with the DMK and ADMK, that is the Dravidian parties, and people will come in large numbers to vote in favor of BJP. And in the last 6 months alone, the Honorable Prime Minister has visited 19 times to Tamil Nadu, and almost every week he is here. So this means the last election, the voter turnout was around 73%. This time it is 62%. And as far as DMK is concerned, the Dravidian parties are cadre-based parties and their vote share is intact. So BJP is not going to get any inroads in Tamil Nadu and they are going to suffer a setback. Because today there are around 30 lakh new voters have added to the list. But today's scenario very clearly demonstrates that these new voters haven't come for voting. Point number 1. Point number 2. As far as the reduction in voting percentage is concerned, ADMK cadres haven't come forward to vote because of the confusion within the party, to which party they should vote, whether they should vote for EPS or whether they should vote for OPS, who is contesting along with the BJP, and whether they should vote for TTV Dinagaran, who was the enemy of BJP and who was jailed by BJP, particularly by the Honorable Prime Minister, and now he is in alignment with the BJP.
So if this voting percentage has gone down, it essentially means that there has been no enthusiasm per se among the voters that this is an election for the central government, they have to vote for the BJP. I can see Sandeep Shastri in fact nodding his head.
Exactly.
Are you in agreement?
The DMK's votes are intact. The DMK cadres
So DMK is intact, and if there is no enthusiasm, it means that no possible change in scenario from 2019.
Sandeep Shastri,
that's what I'm saying. We'll get the Pondicherry
half a sec less. Sandeep Shastri wanted to speak. Go ahead, sir.
Vishnu and Maria, I think there is empirical evidence which shows that a higher or lower voter turnout does not necessarily mean anti-incumbency or pro-incumbency. So, and let's be a little cautious in assuming that the turnout in Tamil Nadu is not as high as it was earlier, or because we still have to get the final results of the voter turnout. Yes, it's true that in urban areas it's a little less. That may be a fact. But I think the final figures will indicate the intensity of the turnout. Now, to argue that because you don't have a high turnout, it helps the ruling party, or because you have a high turnout, it indicates that a leader who campaigned has gained greater support, I think that would be more a reflection of what we would like individually to say as part of the analysis we would do. But then as an analyst, I would say it's very difficult to talk about which direction the election is going on simply the basis of voter turnout.
Okay,
So even on the question of voter turnout, we would need to wait for the final statistics to come. Let's remember, in Tamil Nadu, from 1977 to today, the two major Dravidian party alliances have captured between 70 to 98% of the vote. Is that changing this time? It looks to be changing a bit with the emergence of another alliance in the state. But to what extent would it make a dent, I think, is the question we will all be looking out for.
Okay, so we'll wait for the final tabulation of the voting percentage. But Tuhin Sinha, you heard from the DMK spokesperson. They are of the opinion that you are not even in the fray. In fact, A. Raja, who had joined us some time back, said that most of your candidates could lose deposit, that you will not even make an entry vis-a-vis a seat or a number in from Tamil Nadu.
Well, good evening, Maria. Good evening, Vishnu. Good evening, everybody. Well, if you look at the voting percentage, there is only a very marginal difference as of now, and they get updated over time. So I don't think, number one, there will be much of a difference between 2019 in terms of voting percentage and now. Now, we have been keeping a very close tab on the voting pattern and on the way our Karyakartas have been managing the whole thing. We still believe we are on course for at least a 20% vote share and at least 6 to 8 seats. The artificial edifice of Dravidian politics has begun to crumble, and that is what has made them very bitter, very delusional. It is the Aam Aadmi Party, which is the Zamanat Zabt Party. We don't lose deposits. In fact, we only grow in terms of vote share in new areas, and that has been a pattern very consistent from 2014. Our messaging was very clear, and I think that is what has struck a chord with the people. Tamil Nadu is one of the 5 important states which will be the first to touch $1 trillion economy. We can't have a divisive government. We can't have a divisive state government which thrives in spewing venom upon Sanatan Dharma, upon people from Nagaland, upon people from North India. I think what Tamil Sai ji was saying earlier is bang on target. The artificial edifice of Dravidian politics is crumbling, and this will lead to a significant surge in BJP's vote share and a significant surge in the seats we get in Tamil Nadu.
Adil Singh Boparai, traditional Tamil national patriotism, Tamil identity, the entire issue of language, is that in a sense crumbling as a major election issue as the BJP suggests?
Well, Vishnu's wishes or horses all of us would ride. So there is no premium which is put on crystal ball gazing and being overly optimistic, but the reality is very different. And I'll give you 3-4 reasons. Number one, if you see the BJP's public meetings in Tamil Nadu, they were an utter failure. Number two, and perhaps this is the reason why I estimate that so much time is given to BJP's prospective performance in the state of Tamil Nadu. Please remember that the BJP today has a disproportionate dominance when it comes to media and social media. But that does not translate into votes. The BJP's IT cell can peddle lies day in and day out, but that will not translate in votes. The reality is the issues of bread and butter. And let me tell you, there are no takers for BJP's divisive politics in Tamil Nadu. And the people of Tamil Nadu, the voters of Tamil Nadu, have seen BJP's incessant interference, vindictive interference in state government functioning. They've seen how the central government has adopted a stepmotherly treatment towards the state government in terms of withholding of funds. So therefore, let's not lose sight by just on account of BJP's spiel. The India alliance will be a spectacular success. Rest assured, it's a clean sweep for the India alliance, but I let the voters and the declaration day do the talking.
All right, Adil, we're going to take a short break and continue this in just a few moments. We've been looking at the south of the country. Phase 1 of voting is now over. Massive electoral beginning for India. We'll take a short break, come back with the very latest.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
Make sure he leaves by 9.
Yes, Papa.
Let's go unleash the feast.
8:55 a.m.
Moto G64 5G, unleash the beast. अगर रुंगटा स्टील से बनाया होता तो रईस यहाँ से नहीं आ पाता। रुंगटा स्टील का यही कमाल, एक बार लगे चले सालों साल। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार, एकदम सॉलिड।
जब आपके अपने शिंगल्स के दर्द से गुजरेंगे, उन्हें कीलों की चुभन या असहनीय जलन हर पल सहना पड़ सकता है।
50 या उससे अधिक उम्र वाले 90% एडल्ट्स में शिंगल्स का वायरस पहले से ही मौजूद होता है, पर अब वैक्सीनेशन द्वारा अपनों को शिंगल्स से बचाना संभव है।
शिंगल्स और उससे बचने के बारे में आज ही अपने डॉक्टर की सलाह लीजिए।
If you hold me tight, you'll feel the love which I feel inside. Hold me tight, just hold me tight.
The biggest carnival of democracy, India's general election.
Prime Minister Modi makes a formidable bid for a hat-trick.
The opposition is trying to mount a united challenge.
And the southern parties are standing their ground.
As battle lines are drawn,
join us on an exciting journey on the road to 2024.
Indian elections, a festival like no other.
And NDTV covers elections like no other.
When India votes, you can count on us.
Co-presented by Intelligence Meets Art with the all-new Motorola Edge 50 Pro and Panasonic AC for smart homes. Co-powered by Rungta Steel TMT Bar, Ekdam Solid. Driven by Hyundai X-Star. Think SUV, think X-Star. Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Welcome back to India Decides. Mari and I have been looking at what's been a fascinating day. India has been voting in the largest phase of these elections, the first phase. There are many more phases, so this is just the beginning of what's going to be a long, hot, but memorable summer, no doubt. We've got some fantastic interviews coming up. A. Raja of the DMK and Rajavardhan Singh Rathore of the BJP. That'll be in the next 10 minutes or so is when we'll be playing those out. But we've got our panelists with us in the studio as well. Maria?
Yes, so let me bring in Aarti now. Aarti, you know, one of the most dominating image of these elections, the first phase has been Bastar, there was a women queue, Alwar, a queue of women, Meghalaya, women are standing in the queue. And early morning, first time voters and women voters. Yes. A 90-year-old woman who has chosen to exercise her right and many others. I think women voters are in many ways 42, they are good 47 crores in this entire number of registered women voters, and they hold the key, and rightly so.
No, absolutely. You see, but you know, there are two aspects to this. One is that I think political parties are beginning to understand that women voters are an important constituency. which is why you find, more and more schemes that are aimed at women, more and more concentration, targeting of women voters, and the PM in particular has talked about women as a separate class, not caste. He's talked about 4 classes, and in one of those classes he's included women. But unfortunately, while all this realization is there and it's all really good, what about giving women a share in the power structure?
Yeah.
What about giving them the rights of an equal citizen as men have?
And
even when you pass the reservation bill,
You'll have
all
to
we're
wait.
giving women is 33%.
Yeah.
Only 33%. I mean, don't they deserve 50%? If they are going to influence votes, if they're going to influence election outcomes this way, and they are being wooed by political parties,
and they are
then I
actually the
think
beneficiary class that we keep talking about.
Absolutely, the Labhartis.
The Labhartis
That's
are,
right. And look at
they-
the number of schemes
the fate
that the
of
PM
the nation is being
started.
decided by
LPG, LPG,
The house.
Ujwala, house in women's names,
Izzat Ghar.
and bank transfers to women
to
and so
women.
on.
Yes.
But I think what women really need now is a
Is the more
share,
part of
is a
the-
share
share
in
of
the
the
power.
Yes,
This is
point,
the-
yeah.
Yes, Vishnu, that's what I was saying. You look at the sort of sheer hypocrisy. The political parties who voted for women reservation bill, 33%, have all given between 10 to 15% at a maximum.
Right.
I think Trinamool actually scores over all others in terms of giving tickets and seats to women participants.
And Rashid, as the spotlight shifts to the second phase, and there's a lot of curiosity now as to which among the Gandhis will be contesting from Raebareli and Amethi. And we have 2 veteran journalists who have covered the Congress in particular very, very closely. Rashid, there are a lot of BJP leaders who are of the opinion that post 26th, after the polling is over in Wayanad, the Congress will make that announcement that Rahul Gandhi could be the face in Amethi.
See, I think, Maria, the Congress party of Further Gandhis would take a very kind of clinical call. It is not that to some kind of adventurism, some kind of bravado. Gandhis would not like to contest election and lose either from Amethi or Raebareli. So it's going to be a very, I said, professional and clinical call. If they're going to win, if it is going to shore up that prospects. Remember, this phase and coming phase, there is a lot of assessment is going on where the India Alliance and Congress is placed. So if there is a chance of a hung house or so, forcing that, Uttar Pradesh being very important, 80 Lok Sabha seats, they would be, in my assessment, one of the Gandhis would be in
Are they
fray.
ready to give up both the constituencies which were, formerly
It's not
bastions?
a question of giving up. There is no point. The moment, Rahul Gandhi has already lost once in Amethi, he won from Vineyard. But this time around, and remember, you cannot retain 2 seats. So for Rahul Gandhi, he has to, he has to be a very serious sort of politician, if not contender for power.
I just wanted to, Aarti, on the larger issue, which has been really unaddressed, the elephant in the room, as it were, the face of the India Alliance is still missing. I mean, we are presuming at one stage, should they do well, it will end up being Rahul Gandhi. They may not necessarily do well at all.
And it may not
And
end up,
against a
even if they
dominant-
end up doing well, it may not be
It may
Rahul.
not be Rahul. So, I mean, you're running an election campaign in the world's largest democracy without a face. And there is no argument that works in defending that.
Well, there is an argument. We could get very, sort of technical. This is
And
a
history
parliamentary.
has it.
No, this is a parliamentary system. We vote for parties. When a party gets a majority, then the MPs vote for the leader who becomes the president. I mean, that is the Westminster model.
Right.
And it's just that from Indira Gandhi's times, actually, this whole thing of a face has become quite important, and Modi has given it that added push. That he's just sort of positioned the elections as a presidential election. But what I'm hearing, and I don't know how this is going to bear out, we'll only know on the 4th of June when the when the votes are counted. What I'm hearing is that a lot of local issues are coming into play, constituency to constituency. There are internal contradictions.
Within the India Alliance.
Within the BJP as well, within the
BJP
NDA as well,
The local factors.
The local factors,
the local
exactly.
issues which we...
So that, that what we saw in 2014 and 2019, where the Modi factor was there, plus there was a big national issue. 2014 being the mood for change, 2019 being post-Balakot, a very strong sense of nationalism. This time, I don't see that. There is Modi,
Yeah.
He's there very much so. But I don't see that
Modi
big
plus.
national, the
That-
Modi
that-
plus,
that you
big
say.
national
Vishnu,
issue.
Vishnu, you asked a very pertinent question, but I think it's a very kind of fashionable, very elitist kind of narrative that who is a prime ministerial face for a political party, a serious political party, national political party. The party should be anywhere close to a simple majority mark, or at least half of half, in the sense of alliance in India alliance. So unless the Congress would be in position to win 136, 140 seats or so, what happened during the UPA time, then only you can have a contender. So Rahul Gandhi's motto is very clear: first deserve, then desire.
Okay, so let me ask you another question, because since the focus is on Tamil Nadu, that's where the Congress is contesting with DMK. They know it's piggyback riding very clearly. They understand that the next state which has 20 seats, which is Kerala, that's where they are contesting.
Absolutely.
UDA versus LDF battle, which is playing out, and I was in Kerala.
saw that, yeah.
Yes, the Congress and the left say that they are contenders, but the BJP is not in the fray. But if you look at the BJP's game plan, they have ensured that union ministers are contesting, state vice presidents are contesting, so they want to be seen as a serious player. Is the Congress seeing this as a bipolar contest or a serious battle which is playing out in Kerala?
I think Kerala politics is very clear. It's very difficult, Maria, for a political party getting 3, 4, 5% of votes to be, looking for seat which requires, at least in Lok Sabha election, 40-45% of votes. So that's a,
But let me give you an example. The constituency of Attingal, where Shobha Surendran, who is now contesting from Alapura against KC Venugopal, she actually had polled 250,000 votes in 2019.
Yeah, so I see that it is a work in progress. So I am saying that if you are asking, India Alliance assessment, they don't see the BJP or NDA opening its account in a Lok Sabha election in a state like Kerala. So the 20 seats will go to, some of them will go to left and bulk will come to the Congress. That is the overall assessment there.
Just to be very practical about this, Bengal was a state in which the BJP was non-existent, The reason the BJP has emerged as a main opposition and now is aiming to be actually the predominant party is because of the complete collapse of the left.
Right.
The left has disappeared.
Hold that thought. We'll lots to talk about the collapse of the left, but we've just got enough time to play out a couple of important interviews. We spoke to A. Raja of the DMK just a few minutes back. Let's just take a look.
तेरा गेम रिकॉर्ड कोई तोड़ ही नहीं पाता। एक बार मैं तोड़ दूंगा। So smooth, yeah. Time out. Get your own
Moto G64 5G. Unleash the beast.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code. And driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. लेकिन भविष्य की इस भूल भुलैया में भी आप स्वास्थ्य की कामना कर सकते हैं। बनेगा स्वस्थ इंडिया के 10 साल। हम काफी आगे बढ़े हैं और कई उपलब्धियां हासिल की हैं। And now I have a plan. Energize our government, our environment, our society and ourselves. हर कोई, हर जगह, हर दिन। बनेगा स्वस्थ इंडिया। One World Hygiene.
कौन सा तार काटूं? लाल या हरा?
So tell us, what do you bring to the table?
बरखोला, जब नींद होगी ब्रेक फ्री, तभी तो दिन होगा टेंशन फ्री। इसीलिए घर ले आइए Panasonic Pro Smart AC with custom sleep profile, India's first Matter enabled RAC.
Panasonic.
Well, joining us now, one of the most prominent faces in the politics of Tamil Nadu. He's been an MP on 5 occasions in the past. He's contesting again this time. The DMK is Mr. A. Raja. Thanks, sir, very much for being with us. Wonderful to speak to you. It's been an election campaign where the Prime Minister has personally visited Tamil Nadu 8 times. The BJP has not done well in Tamil Nadu in the past. They say that this time around they will win seats. How would you respond to that?
No chance at all. No chance at all. How many times Prime Minister visited is immaterial to Tamil Nadu. Because it is an ideological war as coined by our Chief Minister. It is an ideological war between the DMK and BJP for which the Tamil Nadu will not permit saffron politics.
But Mr. If we were to look at your own battle, I mean the battle that you are fighting in Nilgiris, of course you have been a 5-term MP as Vishnu pointed out. How do you look at your own battle in Nilgiris? The BJP has also fielded a candidate there. Is it a triangular battle or is it a bipolar contest between DMK and AIADMK?
I think that, not I am exaggerating, chances are there that the BJP will lose deposits.
Okay, so that's a pretty big statement from you, sir. What I think some in the BJP would be suggesting is that there is a large chunk of swing voters in Tamil Nadu. And, people not necessarily, young voters, for example, who may not necessarily have made up their minds. They may be counting on that. Is that an important factor, Mr. Raja?
No. That is artificial hype, astronomically done by the BJP, which is not true. Take it granted, most of the places, BJP will not get deposits.
But Mr. Raja, if I were to put this as nobody gave BJP a chance in 2019, and then we saw how their Look East policy, which was formulated in 2017, post the assembly victory in Uttar Pradesh, actually yielded results in Bengal. The BJP won 18 seats. What makes you think that Tamil Nadu, which has got the kind of focus of the spotlight from the Prime Minister himself, will not be Bengal of 2019?
No chance. You cannot compare Tamil Nadu with any other northern states. Tamil Nadu politics is separate. You can see, yes, we need development. Yes, we need some schemes. That does not mean the Tamil Nadu people vote for central government, which is ideologically opposite side.
Is it a cultural issue in as much as it is ideological from, let us say, a political standpoint? The entire issue of language, the entire issue of identity, and the outsider versus insider in this election?
Not for electoral politics. Almost Tamil Nadu election is over. But I want to put some things before the people.
Yes.
You must accept there is a two culture in India. There were two cultures in India. One is Sanskrit oriented culture, one is Tamil oriented culture. One is Aryan culture, one is Dravidian culture. Yes, these two cultures are having their own rich literature. Difference between Dravidian literature and Sanskrit literature is caste system, Varna system was there, which is not available in the Dravidian ideology. We want to have equality and equality in society. So that religion cannot be focused on politics. Yes, we are having our own gods. Yes, we are having our own spiritual value. We are having our own spiritual ways. That does not mean it will come to politics.
The other issue which the BJP has raised very strongly is the entire issue of sovereignty. And that, of course, through the prism of Kachativa, where they've said that your ally, the Congress, has in the past not really cared about it. They brought in statements of Jawaharlal Nehru. They've also said that, asked you, why have you allied with the Congress? That being the case, how would you actually look at the entire Kachativa issue?
All right. All senior ministers, including the Prime Ministers, made a statement to the effect Kachativa was given away by the Congress government with the consent of DMK. Whether it was accepted in Tamil Nadu people, whether it is issue in politics, whether the claim that was made by the Prime Minister and BJP as far as the Kachativa is concerned, whether it was put in the basket for the issue in the electoral politics. Not at all. Not at all. People will not believe. Yes, Kachativa was given wrongly to the Sri Lanka, but not with consent of DMK, not with consent of Dr. Kalinganath Karunanidhi. That is very clear, even on record.
Okay, so you don't see this as an election very different from 2019 or 2014, but how do you make that difference, Mr. Raja, that in 2019 there was that complete no-go zone for the BJP. There was that slogan of boycott Modi, go back Modi. Right now, Mr. Modi is an acceptable face. Will you say that? Because there is a lot of curiosity and buzz around the BJP.
Not at all. Modi face will not be accepted in Tamil Nadu. Take it granted. Election is over. I can give full guarantee that most of the places, almost most of the places, except 1 or 2 places, most of the places, BJP will lose deposit.
Okay,
do you
which are
believe
these
that,
2 seats?
Yeah,
that
that's
you're
my question,
Yeah.
exactly. What are those seats where you feel the BJP may make
No,
some gains?
they will not get it. They may get deposit.
They may get there, but would you
They
concede,
may get
Mr.
deposit
Raja,
1 or 2 places.
Mr.
1 or 2
Raja,
places.
would you concede that
No,
their
no,
vote share will
please,
go up substantially?
No. All, including Pondicherry, 40 of the 40, DMK is number 1. The rival will be ADMK. 1 or 2 places, they may get deposit. BJP may get deposit. That's all.
All right. Well, Mr. Raja, thanks very much and good luck to you. You've been a parliamentarian for so long. You face a tough contest this time around, but thank you so much for speaking to us.
And
thank you very
we
much.
hope to connect
indeed.
with you on 4th of June.
4th of June, Mr. Raja, we are already booking you for an interview. You cannot say no now.
When?
On the 4th of June.
The results day.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And we are going straight to Jaipur, where Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore, Senior Minister in the Cabinet in the state, is joining us live. Colonel Rathore, good to see you here on NDTV. But let me begin by asking you, 25 on 25, that was the scene in 2014 and 2019. Will 2024 be different?
Not at all. We are going to do a hat trick of 25 out of 25. And I can tell you one of the primary reasons for that is the debacle of the Congress government, which was ruling the state just 4 months ago. So everything is very fresh in the minds of the electorate who have gone to cast vote today. The contrast between 4 months earlier in Rajasthan state and the work done within 100 days now. So they do understand the big difference between a double engine government that is working and the Congress that was purely working for self-survival and personal interests.
Colonel, the BJP dropped 10 sitting MPs. Some would suggest that there was a bit of a concern over there. Why? Because leaders like Rahul Kaswan, Prahlad Gunjal, some of them ended up joining the Congress party. Is this at all a factor for the BJP?
Not really. BJP has always had its own strategy, and there's always opportunities given to various people from the BJP. Now, one needs to understand that anybody who's in this cadre-based party needs to be highly disciplined, and we have a philosophy of keeping the country first. So yes, there can be personal ambitions, there can be a few tears here and there for their personal ambition, but at the end of the day, it has to be the country first. It has to be the party's decision. It's not a family-driven political party. Hence, the interest of the nation comes first. And so therefore, anyone who sort of changes side, which by the way are very few on our side, there's a massive shift from leaders from Congress to BJP at all levels, at the highest senior most level to mid-level to level of parsheds, councillors. If I give you the example of my own Vidhan Sabha, which is Jotwada, we have the sitting MLA who has come to us. He was the minister who has come to us. We have number of councillors who have come to us. Literally, there is no Congress in Jotwada.
Okay, sir, there has been a mobilization of the Rajput community. A number of them have given calls for boycott of the BJP. Did that have any kind of spillover effect in Rajasthan as well because of the significant population of the Rajputs in the state? Or are there concerns for the BJP state unit?
So Congress's strategy and the India Alliance strategy has been pretty much the same always. Divide and rule, call out communities within the Hindus, and try and create a perception of dissentment. Now, there is no issue within any community and the community that you named. There's no issue at all. But to bring in a couple of people, have them speak on the television, have them speak, not the television actually, have them speak on the video, and then try and circulate video and put trolls who sort of circulate these videos again and again, that doesn't change the thought process of the community that has been with the BJP right from the times of Jan Sangh. In the struggling days of Jan Sangh and BJP, the community that you just named had stood with them. All the communities that have supported BJP have always been with them. And now at a time when 10 years of Prime Minister's work, wherein he has supported literally every segment of the society, for them to oppose BJP is ridiculous. Absolutely.
Okay,
so this is just their ploy to somehow come up with some issue, because Congress and India Alliance don't have any issue. They don't have any development issue. They have no vision. They have no philosophy. And so therefore they have no work done. They have no report card. So what do when they go into election? They have to do something.
What about Ravinder Singh Bhati? I mean, there is a lot of chatter around him. The BJP wanted him. Of course, he didn't join your party. The Congress also wanted to field him. That did not happen. He's contesting as an independent, and it seems that he is a poster boy of resistance these days in Rajasthan.
No, I don't know the past. He perhaps joined BJP, but the BJP didn't give him a ticket at that point of time. I don't know the backstory to this, but that's all right. For anybody, it's a free country. It's a democratic country. Anybody would want to contest against whosoever is absolutely open, but BJP has no issues. We are very clear. It's not about, these elections are not about somebody's personal ego. These elections are about nation building. Mm-hmm. These elections are about the work that has been done in the past 10 years, and the turnaround the whole country has taken in the last 10 years. The beneficiaries and the system that's been created where leakages have been stopped. This is a time for the transformational time for the country, wherein the speed of development is going to increase manyfold. So this is an election for safety, security, nation building, to take our economy from the 5th to now the 3rd, and then perhaps become a developed nation. So this is not about personal egos. Well, if somebody is fighting an election for himself, so be it. It's a democratic country.
All right, Colonel Rathore, wonderful speaking to you. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Thanks very much indeed.